Hello, I'm Magic Marco here at the Tim Henman Foundation Online with this week's selection of magic tricks for you to watch and learn. Here's a lovely trick with 3 balls and 1, 2, 3 cups. Now, what we're going to do is put 1 ball on the cup like so, put the other 2 cups on top, give it a little tap, and the ball melts through that cup and ends up back on the table. Let's try that again. Ball on top of the cup. Put the other 2 cups on top, give it a little tap. The ball melts through that cup, ends up on the table. One more time. Ball on top of the cup, the other 2 cups on top, give it a little tap. The ball melts through that cup and ends up on the table. So if I have 1, 2, 3 cups like that, and I use 1, 2, 3 balls, I'm now going to take this ball, place it in this hand, use the pen, make it disappear. We'll take this ball, place it in the hand, tap it with a pen, gone. This ball I'm going to place in my pocket because when I tap this cup, it'll end up back under there, you see? And if I put this ball in my pocket, tap that cup, it'll end up under that cup. If I put this ball in my pocket, tap that cup, well, you've guessed it, it's back under there. Now, if I put this ball in my pocket and tap each cup, what do you think's under there? A ball? Yes, but it's a nice big coloured ball. So here's another trick that uses 1 cup, 1 ball. Cup and a ball, very simple question, where is the ball? Now, when I ask that question, a lot of people say it's on the top of the cup, but actually it's on the bottom of the cup because this is the top of the cup is upside down. So I'm going to take this ball and I'm going to blow it away. When I do that, don't look at my hand, because that's when I get the ball back under the cup. Are you with me? Let's do that again. Ball in my pocket, click my fingers. What's under the cup? It's a ball, that's right. One more time. Ball, pocket. What's under the cup? Don't look at this pocket because you'll miss me getting the ball under the cup. Let's try that one more time. So cup, ball. Oh, it's a tennis ball. What happens when you miss your first service? Well, you get another serve. Here is a lovely routine that will have your audience believe you are a maths genius. Now, I don't have an audience here, so I'm just going to explain the routine to you. What you need to do is have your spectator write a 5-digit number down on a piece of paper. And while they're writing that down on a separate piece of paper, you write down a series of numbers. I've written down a series of numbers on here, and I'll leave it here so you can see it at all times. Now, I asked my spectator to write a random set of numbers down. Now, let's say the 5 digits he writes down are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While he's writing that down, I would have written my series of numbers down, but he wouldn't see that. I then asked the spectator to write another set of random numbers down. Let's say the set he writes down next is 67890. When he's written that down, and as soon as I see what the numbers are, I direct him to write down underneath that 32109. And when he's done that, I ask the spectator to write another set of random numbers. Let's say the numbers he writes down are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. And as soon as he's written that, I direct the spectator to write another set of numbers down, only I dictate these to him, and they are 87654. I then ask the spectator to add that series of numbers up, and he'll come up with this answer, with this particular set of numbers, 2123343. I then show the number I wrote down at the beginning of the trick, which is the same, 212343. So how is that achieved? Well, no matter what the spectator writes down, as soon as you see the 5-digit number, you add a 2 at the beginning and you take away 2 at the back. So for example, the first number the spectator wrote down was 12345. As soon as he wrote that down, I added a 2 at the front and took away 2 from the last number. So I added 200,000 and then took away 2. So I have my answer, 212343. But it doesn't matter what number they write. you add 200,000 and take away 2 from the last digit. Then what you have to do is, as soon as they've written their second set of numbers, in this case it was 67890, I direct them to write the next set of numbers. And how I achieve the numbers I need them to write, I just make the third line, each column in the third line add up to 9. So if you look at that, 6 and 3 is 9. He wrote 6, I directed him to write 3 underneath that. And the next one, 7 and 2 is 9. Underneath that, 8 and 1 is 9. 9 and 0 is 9. 0 and 9 is 9. So this is a random number by the spectator. That's a random number by the spectator. I'm making each column come to 9, and that's how I get the third line. Now, after they write the fourth line, I then direct them to write the fifth line. Again, I do the same as I did before. I make each 2-digit column come to 9. So he wrote 1, I wrote 8. He wrote 2, I wrote 7. He wrote 3, I wrote 6. He wrote 4, I wrote 5. 5, I wrote 4. So each column comes to 9. 8 and 1 is 9. And that's how I arrive at the fifth line. Now, when I ask them to add that up, the total will be 200,000 minus 2. So I've added a 2 and taken a 2 off the last digit. That's 200,000 minus 2. And you can see that the spectator had a free choice on the first line, a free choice of numbers on the second line. I directed the third line. The spectator had a free choice of random numbers on the fourth line. I directed the fifth line. And that's how we achieve the answer. Now, you sometimes may get someone that writes 99999. If they do that, don't ask them to write zeros. Just move on to the next step. So if the second line, if they write 999 on the first line, that's fine. Just ask them to write another line. If they write 9999 again, still fine. Just ask them to write another set of numbers. And whatever you do, make each column come to 9. Now, if they write 999 again, even better, you've done nothing. And the answers will still be plus 200,000 minus 2. I hope you enjoy that trick. There is a PDF instruction with this. The routine I've just explained is this week's challenge. Once you've mastered the trick, post your performance on social media using the hashtag THFOnline2020. I look forward to seeing it. The tricks I didn't explain in this clip are from a magic course that's available from internationalmagic.com. And if you want to book a magician, then of course visit magicmarco.co.uk. I hope to see you in the future.